So the RV industry continues to consolidate and get bigger, and more people are RVing than ever before. And two of the people that we want to talk to today have spent their whole life in the RV industry. The young lady in blue is Lexi Roberts from Longview RV Superstores in Connecticut. And the young man with the black vest is from Campers in RV, and that's Aaron Hirsch. And guys, welcome to an RV show.
Yes.
Certainly, you're not you're not strangers to RV shows by any means. But Lexi, we'll start with you because it's your RV that we're in right now. Tell us a little bit about your family business and how you got involved.
My grandfather started in 1959 with a $500 loan to buy a pop-up to start selling at their gift shop, and since then we've expanded and my dad took over, and now I just started full-time at the store in January. Happy to be there.
And you just put about 45 years or more than that. 50,
in one sentence.
In one
Yep.
sentence, that's really good. Aaron, the pressure's on you to
Yes.
consolidate the same. Your story's similar with the grandfather, right?
Yeah, pretty similar. Yeah, my grandparents started in 1966 in their front lawn in Acton, Massachusetts, right? 4 pop-up campers with my dad and his 2 brothers. The story kind of goes, onward and forward from there. We've got 37 locations now, all around the United States, and kind of growing year by year.
Yep. So, but your story is kind of interesting in that your grandfather didn't get the respect he deserved when he walked into a dealership, right?
Yeah, which is kind of the business model of Campers In, right? Try to treat people a little bit better than maybe the other dealers would. We're all trying to do the same thing, right? Nobody's trying to treat people badly, but there is competition inside the industry, right? The competition is to try and provide your customer with the best service. So at the end of the day, do I believe that anybody treats customers badly? I don't, right? It's not the world's changed, right? If you treat customers badly now, you find out about it pretty quick on Facebook and social media, but now it's just kind of a race of who can treat the customer the best.
Now, were either of you coerced into being in the business, or did you kind of go off and do other things, then come back, or at one time in your life kind of have that light bulb go off and say, this is for me?
Yeah. When I started working summers when I was 16 as a service advisor, I just really enjoyed the industry and the people in the company and our customers and the range of people that we have in the industry. You have someone in a little pop-up and then a big Berkshire like this. So the range of people is really cool. So that's, I think, what drew me to the industry and wanting to do it. And my family never really told me this is what you're doing. I came to that conclusion on my own, which I think is why I like it so much. No one told me to do it. They said, oh yeah, you can go be a doctor, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Aaron?
Well, her story sounds a lot more positive than mine. I'm the same as Ben Hirsch, who is the COO of the company, and
Who's your uncle?
My cousin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We both said we would never spend a day in the RV industry, right? We hated it, couldn't stand it. We grew up in it.
You had to clean toilets and stuff in
Yep.
empty waste baskets, right?
Yeah. So I kind of just found my way into it. Right, went to college with hopes of going into like the NHL, somewhere in hockey for marketing. That's really what I wanted to do. I have a marketing degree from SNHU, which I was there for 6 years, too long. I ended up.
You jammed 4 years of college into 6?
Yeah, I did. I went to Plymouth State at first, and more so as a hangout. Then I went to college after. Kind of found my way into the RV industry, right? I never stopped working for Campers In. I've been working for Campers In since I was 14, washing campers. The bus would drop me off. My dad would bring me home, here I am 30, still doing it. So he somehow roped me into doing it. Same with Ben.
Yeah, and Aaron, in your situation, you're running a location right now. Lexi, you guys are at one store. What are you doing on a day-to-day basis?
I say it's a little bit of everything. My title now is dealership coordinator, which is all encompassing of I'm every department. A lot of marketing is what I've been working on just to get our social media pages up, and because we don't have a marketing person at the moment, it's just kind of the general manager, and a lot of people take pictures and salespeople are posting. So.
And Aaron, that was the question I was going to ask both of you guys. The technology today to reach new customers, it's a whole new ballgame. It's not taking a full-page ad out in the local newspaper anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot different, right? as social media increases, right, your footprint has to increase also, right? So the way in which you go about, getting customers from social media and from the internet is a lot different. It's changed really fast, right? The customer that comes from the internet is a lot more educated than the customer that comes in. What I mean by educated is they've looked, they've studied, they've watched YouTube videos, they've done many things. As to what the RV industry is used to is a customer walks in, they don't know anything, they've
Nothing.
never stepped in one, they've never been in one. But now the customer already has an education that might be better than the salesperson's education that they're working with, right? So it creates a little more challenges, but it does give us a little more weekday traffic, right? Instead of just waiting on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're getting internet leads on Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning from people surfing on the internet that they can't sleep, right? So gives us a lot more business, but it has made it a little more challenging, right? Salespeople can't be salespeople anymore. They got to be sales professionals.
Now, both of you have the same last names of your parents. Help or hinder? Do people that you work with say, "Oh, it's the boss's kid"?
Yeah, it's a really good question, right? It's, as the company grows, right? I mean, we got 2,000 employees, so when I travel, it makes it hard because my thing is I don't want to ride my dad's coattails ever, right? I want to be my own person. I don't want to be the owner's kid. I want to be Aaron Hirsch. That's very, very important to me. I've put a lot of time into it, right? And I think you see that when you come to my store and see me drive the tractor and help people in every department. I want to be successful for my own name, not for my dad's name. I love my dad, but yeah, it's tough, right? When I go to the southern stores, right, people treat me like a Hirsch, right? That's difficult, right? Because I don't want to be a Hirsch. I just want to be a regular employee. But up here, I've worked really hard in New England, and I'm on an even playing field with all the GMs. We all
Earn
have
your own stripes.
Yeah, we all have respect for each other. 5 stores up here, and we all battle, and we're competitive with everybody.
Same kind of thing there. I think you said it earlier. You talked about in another interview. You talked about pressure with me. So it's just that pressure of building your own brand and not just being the owner's kid, or making a name for yourself, putting in the hard work, be willing to do the things that no one else wants to do, do the hard things, and just don't say no. Always,
Yeah.
work hard, put your name out there.
Any female Hirsches coming into the biz?
Yeah, actually, my sister works for my dad full time right now. She's doing she's a administrative assistant, right? So she's doing all my dad's stuff in Jacksonville at the corporate office. They got a new corporate office now that they opened a year and a half ago. I've never even been to it, so I don't know where they work, but I know that they get a lot done for us. Yeah.
Okay. Have either of you had to go to your parents and suggest a business issue with them be looked into, and have them look at you and say, either you're right or, don't worry about that now. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. I've had that, and there's a lot of things that just new ideas I've been suggesting because I'm just started full time. So I come up with these little ideas and I think, hey, this would be good if it was coming from you. And we've made some changes, and my dad's pretty much on board with a lot of things I come up with. He's, I never thought of it. And we're really moving towards we're moving away from this is how it's always been done. So that's not going to be an excuse anymore, and coming up with new ideas is a good thing. And we need to have more change.
Right. So Aaron, you're nodding your head that this is the way we've always done it. That doesn't fly anymore, does it?
Yeah. I mean, it's different, right? There's a lot of Hirsches and campers in, right? So we got to be careful in separating family and business, right? Really, and another statistic for you that I gave you earlier, right? I said earlier that between 5 and 6 customers every customer buys between 5 and 6 times. In most cases, the percentage of businesses that are successful in 3rd generation is not very high, right? Usually there's a high failure rate. So it's really important to keep that distance, right? To make sure that, we at Campers Inn have a chain of command, and it doesn't go me to my dad because he's my dad, right? It goes from me to regional support, to company support, to even dealership support. So I use the proper chains, right? And when I have ideas, I try to put them through the chains. I have a very aggressive personality, and so does my dad. So I try to play golf with my dad instead of talking to him about Campers Inn as much as I probably should.
And when you're playing golf, you're playing golf.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the business, right? I would say that's a really good question. So to answer it, we talk about the business a lot, right? Maybe business ideas and about, the industry. When it comes to, internal issues or internal, things that maybe we can improve on, I leave that to the fantastic, organizational chart that we have, and we work through that in the right ways.
What would you say to other people that are in your boat? They're grew up in the industry and are on the fence as to whether or not they want to jump in or jump out and drive away faster than ever before?
I think you need to be passionate about it. If you don't like the outdoors, we talked about the long hours, you're working weekends, you're working the shows. It's busy, it's a lot of work for sure, but if you're passionate about the industry and enjoy the people and the kind of dreams that you're selling, I think it's a good choice, and that's how it ended up for me. I chose it on my own, and I just really enjoy it. So
Yeah, and to echo what she said, the word to use is passion, right?
Passion.
If you do this because you think you have to, or because your parents want you to, or because somebody says that it's a good business to be in, it's not going to get you through, right? You have to enjoy it. You have to find some like it. And I love it. I go to work every single day, and I drive an hour to work, right? I live in Brentwood, New Hampshire, which is 3 minutes from our Kingston store. So I live 3 minutes from a Kingston store that I could work in, and I willingly drive an hour to Chichester. Because I love it. I love my team. I love my store. I love the brands we have. I enjoy selling RVs. I spent my whole life in service, right? So I'm kind of an
Both you got service and
Yeah.
service
which is
background.
unusual too.
So it really is unusual, right? A very unorthodox way of being on the management side of the store level is to have any service experience. So I think it's the most important experience, right? Because at the end of the day, the most glorified thing in the RV industry is the warranty, right? It's the first thing the customer looks for is the warranty. Well, the longer warranty isn't great because campers don't break. They do break, right? So
They do break, yeah.
the service side is a tough side. You got to learn it, and the whole business is I won't say tough. It's challenging, right? These are luxury items that people don't need. They're not driving this bus to work
yeah.
work on Monday. It's something that they expect to work when they spend a lot of money on it, and part of servicing that customer is making sure that you understand all sides of the business.
Yeah, take care of the customers. The service will keep them coming back too. That's how you get your repeat customers. So that's something even my grandfather back then, we emphasize that a lot and have built our service department around that.
If your grandfathers knew each other.
I don't know.
I know your dads know each other.
Yep.
Your respective dads know each other. But hey, we want to thank you so much. You guys know this is, if you want to get in this business, do not expect a 9 to 5 weekends off business. And you know what? The new generation is going to make their own mark. We've got new technology, new ways of reaching people. We got new products out there. We got whole new different types of units that people are buying at this point of time, and we need people like you. Thank you so much for spending this valuable time with us.